Okay, I just think we're small. This is kind of for the record, if you will. And I wanted to thank all of you. Let's see, all the people who are here have spoken. Edom has spoken, and Chris and Frank and Dina. And Lee, we hear his voice all the time as he says, go here, don't do that, do this. And Carrie has spoken.
Oh, Jess, this has been absolutely wonderful. It's really, really impressive. Thank you, everybody.
Yeah. I don't think I could get as much from ChatGPT. Do you think so?
Definitely not. Definitely not. Although in 5 years, who knows? I mean,
Yeah, that's right.
It's definitely scary.
It may not be as much fun, but I want to thank everyone for participating, from moderators to hosts to the presenters. We started this conference 3 years ago as a way to outreach and share the news about modeling and differential equations. We expanded to 4 days last year and included many, many, many things, and it was just too much. And so we contracted it to 3 days and tried to focus for the most part on modeling and differential equations, at the very best modeling, but still broadening it to other things, many personal and so forth. So I'm going to be sending out a survey, and I'll mention that later. And again, I want to thank the 3 students, Bertram, Rachel, and Anna from Loyola Marymount University, who've been doing an exceptional job. And I've been getting comments about their leading sessions and how they're really terrific. And this is all due to Yanping Ma, who's at Loyola, who got them to work with us. And as I've said, Wandy Ding, who's not with us, was part of our original team. And then Lee Noble, who is basically the glue that holds everything SIMIODE together, the technical person, who I had the pleasure of teaching with at West Point, and has his own PhD in applied math, and spends a lot of time on various projects and tutoring and working with talented students. Many are back in New York, where he had come from recently before he moved to Canada. We have all these things that have been going on. I want to remind you of next year's, the conference will be on the 9th through the 11th. So mark your calendars if you can. One of the opportunities we pushed was the SIMIODE textbook. There are other textbooks, and we had a session on that, and we're going to try to collect information about authored textbooks by people at this conference and put it up at the SIMIODE site. We already have sections on free textbooks, but sometimes, commercial textbooks are fine. So this is the news of ours, and we'll offer that to you over time. I want to encourage you, if you have students, or even if you don't, and you want to be a coach for a team that will assemble for you from students, perhaps from around the world, who would participate in the SIMIODE challenge using differential equation modeling. That occurs in the fall. They produce a 10-minute video, and hundreds of people volunteer to judge and really like it. I ask each judge to judge 3 videos, but invariably they'll judge at least 5 or 10, and some of them will judge 2 problems. They're just so intrigued by what the students say. And then we post the outstanding awards at our YouTube channel. And you can learn all about that by coming to SIMIODE, or if nothing else, you just type SIMIODE and Scudem, and you'll get to information online. So we'll contact you about that. As you well know, you get lots of emails from us, and that's one way we communicate. We, of course, give you the opportunity to unsubscribe and to delete. The conference next year, I strongly encourage you to think about sharing your experiences, either personal, professional, growth, specifics, and bring your students, have them give a talk. We saw this year, we had students talking about Scudem. We had students in the textbook panel talking about their use of the textbook. We'll contact you on that, by the way, okay? This summer, the MAA is sponsoring an open math workshop. We conducted this on behalf of the MAA at their invitation last year. And this year, it's going to be the 5th, 6th, 7th, and 9th. And what we try to do is bring folks together who want to use modeling to teach differential equations and put them through some activities and exercises, And then we give them an assignment to teach each other. In other words, you teach with 2 or 3 partners, you teach the remaining class on the last day. And so our workshop is active in preparation of teaching colleagues and getting experience for that. Over the years, we've run lots of these workshops, and we have gotten our leadership team from this. You heard Dina at the previous talk saying how she went to a workshop, and despite whatever ineptitude I displayed, she somehow got the idea that maybe modeling is a good idea and went home and tried it. And wow, she really liked it. And she became a leader and was on our board of advisors and so forth. So we'll be sending out a survey using SurveyMonkey. I'm going to take off and go watch the Super Bowl with my wife and sister-in-law and have popcorn. And we will be assembling the talks. And I'm asking any of the presenters, and they'll get an email, if you'll send me your slides, we will post them at the site. And we will also post a link to the video, which we will be producing and put at our SIMIODE site. Kim Shelton, who's the young woman who is in charge of our Shopify textbook sales, is also our talented video person. And she will splice the videos we've been taking of these sessions that we've told you we would video. And she will put a front end and a back end and post those. Let's give a big hand to Lee and Yanping if they're here, because they are the ones who really make this happen. And I want to thank you very much for joining the conference and for your helpful comments, which will make us even better. I want you to travel safe, even if that means just getting up from your chair and going to the refrigerator to get Coca-Cola. And the good news is we don't have to travel that far, you know. So, and to be sure to visit SIMIODE at Cubes. We're going to be actually moving all several thousand members from our previous site, or at least giving them the option to move with us to Cubes. We're kind of straddling 2 web worlds there, and shut down the older site and make the newer site more friendly, more social, and more easy to get to resources. So we call ourselves a community of practice, and we're visiting there. So that's all I have to say. Anybody want to say? I see some thank yous, and we're so thankful for you to come and share. I hope when you fill out the survey, you won't just say, "Oh, it was wonderful." You'll say, "You got to stop picking your nose, Brian," or you'll say, "You need to do this," or "Why don't we have this?" or "Let's try virtual square dancing," or something. I don't know. But I think we can all learn. The number of people that have come to this conference has dropped. We had the first conference was about 260, then we had 220, and now we have about 180. I'm not worried. We would like to have more. We were talking about how to promote textbooks. How to promote a conference is comparable as well. Those of you who've been getting emails from me over the period of time know that one way I do that is by emails. And when we ask people, how did you learn about us? The most common thing they say is, I got an email from you, damn it. And the notion that, you know, you use social media for the MAA, or maybe you use SIAM and other things, that's great, but a lot of people don't see those. So we've always felt we just try to directly reach out, and you always have the right to not accept the email and unsubscribe. And for those of you who have given a talk that I've known, I really appreciate it. And to those of you that I haven't known, I've even more so, because I've gotten some great friends. We see our 2 keynote speakers here, Lorelei and Anuj, and we thank you very much for sharing your stories. And I think I'm going to say that's all I would like to say, and wish you well, and thank you for coming.
Thank you. Bravo, everybody.
Bravo. Thank you.